Who doesn't like Mark Phipps' surfing? For me, it's timeless stuff. And clearly it doesn't matter if he's on a shortboard, mid-length or a twin fin. In my humble opinion, the smoothness really stands out. And he always seems to have speed on tap. In this vlog, we can enjoy some of Mark's surfing and also listen to what Martin Dunn had to say about speed generation. Want to see and hear what one of the world's best surf coaches has to say about the topic? Then keep watching.
I'm James Davis, and I've been a skydiver for over 20 years, jumping and competing all around the world. In the last 18 months, I've been surfing at the wave pool in Bristol to see if wave pools can do for surfing what wind tunnels did for skydiving. I wanted to see what would happen if an average surfer trained at the wave pool for a year, if they could learn to get barreled, sharing all the mistakes, learning points and experiences along the way.
Hot on the heels of this week's successful live stream with Martin Dunn, we're going to do another live stream, this time with Mark Phipps. If you didn't catch the stream with Martin Dunn, then you can find the full 90 minutes version by clicking on the link in the top right of your screens now. I'll be clipping the 90 minutes and posting to the Hody TV YouTube channel this week if the 90 minutes is too much for one sitting. Mark Phipps is an OG in the surfing world and shapes 50% of the year out of Hossegor in France, next to Christian Bradley and Simon Anderson, and 50% of the year in the Bells Beach area of Australia. Mark is also an amazing surfer who's probably best known for creating the One Bad Egg. He's one of the pioneering shapers for creating a mid-length outline that had performance in it and wasn't dead in the water. This Wednesday at 7:30 PM, we're going to do a session on board design. I'm going to be ordering a new board from him for the ocean and for surfing in Morocco this winter. So it's a fantastic opportunity for everyone to ask a shaper of his quality any questions you may have. Want to know more about box rails, paired down rails, the impact of where the apex is, or it may be rocker or the tail and fin positioning? Well, this is your opportunity, so get involved and tune in. It's going to be streamed to the Hody TV YouTube channel this time, so make sure you don't miss out. I'll drop all the information in the description down below, and it shouldn't be hard to find. So it's this coming Wednesday, 23rd of September at 7:30 PM. Okay, on to the topic of speed generation. Now, it's very much true that I put my surfing out there, all the good and the bad, and so it's pretty much fair game for the internet to put comments about it. Now, there's been some quite vocal stuff about speed generation and the techniques involved. I try to be very open-minded about other people's views and advice. I'm a total believer that video doesn't lie, and I lean into my weaknesses so I can get better. That being said, opinions are like arseholes, everyone's got one. The hard part is knowing what to listen to and what not to. When I watch Mark surfing, I don't see him wiggling around and pumping a lot. I just see someone who tends to be well positioned, uses gravity, and has some basic compression and extension. Speed generation came up as a topic when we did the Martin Dunn live stream, and he was debriefing away from my friend Paul Pinkard. So I thought I'd share what he had to say about speed generation with the examples he gave and all the kind of key fundamentals and his opinion over when to use it and when not to use it.
Line and she decides, okay, I need to get to the next section quickly. So what does she do? She straightens and lifts the arms forward, and she straightens and lifts the arms forward. But the arms only come up to shoulder level. They don't go above the head. There are occasions where that is appropriate, where you lift more, but in a normal surface situation, it's the straightening of the body and lifting the arms forward will give you a jump forward with the board, an acceleration of the board, and then you can surf rail to rail with that speed that you have.
Okay, so some pretty key points there. Arms straighten and forward whilst lifting with the legs. But do we always need speed generation? When is it too much? And when should we just be calmer and use the wave for our speed?
So just those two things, Paul. I would have been doing a cutback as your first turn, and I wouldn't have been lifting the arms up as high when you're doing that speed creation. You know, it's good to you know, have energy in your surfing. It's good, but sometimes it's good just to be more conservative in what you do rather than trying to attack sections where it doesn't work.
Okay, so that's a pretty interesting point there. But I'd also want to know, how do we even start practicing this? How do we start drilling this technique? And Martin's got some ideas on that too.
If I just show you on a skateboard, you can see this guy, he gets his speed, and what he does, he bends his body and he lifts the arms. It's just straightening and lifting the arms to the thing. And if you look at his heels on the board, what actually happens is he straightens his body and he lifts himself up onto his toes. See, the heels are off the board. So he's unweighted the board completely when you do that action. And that's what you're trying to do. It's like a standing broad jump. When you're a kid at school, you're playing sports, they had a standing broad jump. It's all about jumping forward as fast as you can and as far as you can. But you're doing it on the wave, you know, you're doing it on the surf. And the most important time to do that, if I just get rid of that clip for a minute, the most important time to do that in most surfers, surfing thing is to learn it. So when you pop up on takeoff, so here's a surfer, he's popping up on takeoff. Sorry. Sure. So basically what happens here is that if you come up getting speed as part of the takeoff action, you pop up, and then if you're going to cut across the wave, again, it's this action of straightening and lifting, right? And doing those two things, it unweights the board and the board just jumps forward. Okay. So in sport, this is a particularly important action in surfing, in small wave surfing, and interestingly, if I just show you here, there's a Kelly Slater here at Pipe, and he gets a 10-point ride. I'll just play this through. A sec, I'll just get rid of the sound. I'll just play this through. You can see Kelly Slater here, and he's getting a 10-point ride. It's a great ride. It's really, it's unbelievable that he comes out of that. But a big part of that was that he stalled on takeoff, and then what he did, he straightened and lifted, and he straightened and lifted. You can see there his arms are up high. So he's doing that action, but he's doing the action in the tube. And guaranteed he's done it here, because when we see here, his arms are up again, and I guarantee you again he's done it here. We can't see it, but I'm telling you he did it. And that's a big part of the reason why he made this tube. So if you learn how to create speed in small waves, if you're into taking off on big barreling waves, it's a skill that you need to be successful in that type of thing as well.
Okay, so some pretty useful stuff there and a lot of food for thought. Perhaps it's time to get the surf skate out and see if I can drill those movements as he advises. In the next vlog, I'm going to share some more footage to close off the 4-week cutback challenge, and also see if I can start to do some of the speed generation drills to improve my surfing. Until then, enjoy your surfing wherever it may be.